Hello everybody, my name's Max Brandt. I'm coming to you from my home office here in Houston, Texas. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about a company by the name of Infinity 2 Global, or I2G for short. And it's based on earning profits from an existing casino that we have that it's been in operation for the past 14 years, so it's not a new kid on the block, and they know what they're doing. And the other thing is that everything now is very strictly regulated, and it's not like it was in the past. There were a lot of people that were caught in the trap there, where they thought they were going to do some good, and they got run over by a lot of underhanded dealing. Well, that's a thing of the past. And but online gaming is still illegal in the United States, and I expect that'll change before too long, because it's a very good tax base that the government, I'm sure, is going to be looking for. But that's speculation on my part right now, but I think it'll happen. But a lot of people have in mind of back 50s, 60s, and 70s, when all the various casinos in Las Vegas and Reno and Atlantic City were being run by the mafia. And that's all been cleared up. Sure, they're still in different rackets, but they're pretty well out of casinos. And in fact, if you've been paying attention, these large corporations have taken over the casinos in Las Vegas and Atlantic City as well, and I think Donald Trump was even involved in some of that. And so I'm not trying to go back on history there, but it's something to think about. A lot of people are a little afraid to have a casino-based program in their house, because they're afraid their kids are going to get into it and do who knows what. But with the law being what it is, it's not going to happen, and our software won't allow it. So there's no danger there. Some people are worried about, oh, what about these poor people that are addicted to gambling? Well, that's something to think about too, but they like the noise, the action, everything else, and they won't get it with this program, so they lose interest in it right away. They'd rather go off and go to the racetrack or casino or whatever and have their fun that way. But people are always spending money, even though they don't think they're gambling. When they go buy a pocket full of lottery tickets, they don't think that's gambling. Oh, and the odds are horrible. That's even worse. So what do you do? Well, they've even had an illegal horse race operation set up here in Houston, and they just broke up. They were off in the sticks, and it was totally unregulated and strictly illegal, and they caught a whole bunch of people. And in fact, they even found some police officers that were handling crowd control that they've indicted as well. But that's another story. The basis of I2G is that you can get into it enough to where you can really understand it for $19.95, which is, hey, that's nothing. You might spend enough on Starbucks coffee during the month to pay for that 4 times over. You never know. And so it's the way the program works. There are 4 different levels, and all you have to do is decide how much you want to make and go with whatever suits your budget. There are no upsells. Most of these MLM companies, they get you in, and then they start trying to upsell you on everything every time you turn around. They're shoving another program at you that you can't afford and don't know what to do with anyway. This is not like that at all. It's a real business, and you would be your own business owner of your part of the program. And so it's up to you to treat it like a business, which is fine. And if you join with our team, we, unlike all these other companies, we do help our downline. There's no question there, because we know that we'll all succeed if we help each other. And that's a prime example of teamwork and what we need to be doing. And so this is, like I say, I'm not trying to make a sales video out of this. It's more of an oversight, a training as to some of the rejection that people might have in their minds about joining something like this. Back years back, like I pointed out, that people figured that the casinos were all crooked and everything else, and it was illegal and what have you. But what we do, we earn profits from the casinos, and it's perfectly legal, and there's no problem there. The only restriction is you're restricted to receiving $5,000 a day, but that's strictly to keep the feds happy, and so they understand that we're not money laundering or anything like that, which is, of course, illegal. So everything we're doing is on the up and up. It's perfectly legal what we're doing, and as soon as people understand really what we're doing, what we have, and what we can offer, they're going to be falling all over themselves to get in. There are a few people that have already recognized that it's super and are making a considerable amount of money in a very short period of time. And in these days and times, you know, what are you going to do? Right now, with the government shut down, there are people that are working for the government on contract that may not get a paycheck at all. With this, it's a whole different game. You know, it's separate, total, and it is worldwide. We can sell to people anywhere in the world, and in other places they can also play online with a live casino, and it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they're able to handle a lot more people than they normally would. And so that's what makes what we're doing so important to them, and why it's important to us, because we're profiting from their profits. I say their profits are what makes us happy. If they have any losses, it doesn't cost us. It just lowers our income. They're not going to come after you to say, hey, you need, you're part of the deal, you got to pay part of the freight. Well, that's not true. And really, if you bring your customers to the idea that and you can overcome their objections and understand where they're coming from, I think it'll be a lot easier to make a sale. And especially when they can, by bringing them in on the 1995 level, where they can see what's going on inside the company, they'll come to a much better understanding than someone trying to give them a sales talk. They'll say, oh, well, heck, he's just another used car salesman trying to peddle something. But no, once they're inside, their minds will change. And then by being able to upgrade to whatever level they feel comfortable with, well, hey, it's a win-win all the way around. So these are just some of my thoughts that I'd share with you. And so I'm going to go ahead and, oh, by the way, I'm using my headphone mic, which makes life a lot simpler, and I don't have any speakers on, so there's no feedback into whatever program you're doing, whether you're recording or whether you're on a hangout. Some people have that are on a hangout have a speaker going, and they've got a mic, and they get all kinds of feedback and racket that's going on that you can't hear them. But again, that's just some of my thoughts, and I thought I'd share it with you, and so I'm going to sign off right now.